Hi guys, I'm Nat Baldwin and I'm here to share a mini Pilates class with you today. With the unprecedented steps the government has taken to increase our safety this COVID time, so too is the increasing feelings of solitude, stress and anxiety of the uncertain times ahead. But we are strong and we will get through this time. I hope this class brings a little joy into your day, and from my lounge room to yours, here is your mini Pilates glutes class. Enjoy. Okay, let's get started for your glutes class. All you need is yourself, a mat, and your butt. You're going to start lying on your side. Good. When you're down on your side, let's first talk about your alignment. So I'm lying here with my knees a little bent, and I want you to draw your attention first to your hips. You're thinking about where are your two hip bones right now, and they want to be stacked one on top of the other, so that if you were looking down this way, a bird's eye view, you can just see one hip, not both of them at all, in a little twist here. So make sure they're right stacked on top of each other. Let's now think about sticking your butt out just a little with an anterior tilt rather than tucking under. You've got a little stick out there. Great. You're going to look at your feet. You want to make sure that your feet are in line with your butt and the rest of your spine, and they go down on the floor. Now let's draw your attention to your bony bits here of your hip. So can you feel here and feel the top one? I want you to imagine that you have two torches shining outwards from your two hip bones, and they're on a wall right now. That light from the torch is on a wall. That's going to stay there as you keep your feet together, but open up your knee. As you open up and slowly close into what's called a clam in Pilates, this torch on the wall is not moving at all. If you open up and that torch moves with that movement that opens your knee, we're kind of switching off your glute, and we don't want that. We want to really keep it on and make it work and fire as much as we can. So always think about that stability in your hips, that torch that's on the wall and it's not opening and closing as you continue with these clams. We've just got 5 more here. Good, go for 4 more. You're thinking slowly up, have a little pause at the top and then slowly back down. Go for 3, 2, and 1 more here. Good. Let's now lift our feet, knees are down on the floor. Feet stay up and lifted. Maintain this position as you again open up at the knee, keeping that hip facing forward and slowly close. Another clam, but just a little different. We still want to think about opening up, holding there for a moment before slowly closing. Don't let gravity flop this leg back down. We want to always use control with this. Good, let's do 6 more here. Trying to keep the hip stable but really open up as high as you can with this knee. Go for 4 more. And 3, keep breathing where you are. 2, hold this next one up. You're going to keep this knee where it is in space and extend the leg, and then just bend the knee. That's all we're doing. Extending the leg to straight and then bending. Keeping the knee up rather than starting to let it get a little lazy and drift downwards here. So open that knee, keep it there. Just from that hinge joint we're moving, we're going to go for 5 more here. The bottom foot is still up. Go for 3, 2, hold this next one up, and you're going to start pulses there with this straight leg. Everything else is still stable. The foot is still up, the bottom foot. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way down. Let's now move our legs forward so that you have a right angle at your hips and a right angle at your knee. You're going to think about this knee is going to lift, but as it lifts, so will the foot in a nice parallel position. So I'm not lifting my foot first and the knee follows, or lifting the knee too high and the foot's too low. To make sure you're in this really nice parallel position here, just glance down at your top knee, and as it opens and closes, you shouldn't see your foot at all. The knee should be blocking it. So if I'm too high, I can see my foot, or too low, I can see my foot this way. So a little tip there, keep going, opening and closing. We'll just do 5 more here. Go for 4. Again, slow on the way down. 3, 2. Hold this next one open. From here, see my knees just above where my hip position is. Keep it there as you start to bring it in towards the top shoulder, and then slowly back just to be in line with this knee again. Keep going like this. Slowly in, slowly out. Someone is pulling your knee with a string, imagine. So that's 3. We're going to do 10 again. 4, almost halfway. Good. 5, make sure you haven't dropped this knee down as you come in and out. 6. 7, as you get tired, please don't rush. We're going to keep going nice and slow. Only 2 more here. Go 1 more in, 1 more out, but keep this knee up, and you're going to pretend you have a pencil on the end of the knee, and you're going to start drawing circles in the air with that pencil. This is number 3 already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do 1 more here, but then we have to reverse the circles. Good. So we're trying to keep everything really stable. Our core is on, our hips are stable. This is 4, 5, nice and high, but still keeping that torch on. Go for 3 more. 2, 1, and then come all the way back down. Good job. Let's now do the other side. So we're going to come up, flip over to the other way, and set up again. Set up is really important with doing your glutes here. So we're going to make sure that our head is down nice and comfy. You've bent your legs. Good. And now draw your attention to your hips. Can you have a bit of an anterior tilt here? So you're just sticking your butt out slightly, not with a big extension in your back and a flaring of your ribs. So it's just a slight sticking your butt out rather than tucking under. Think about now your hip bones. We're going to have them just on top of each other stacked, so that if there was a bird coming along and looking down, they just see one hip here. Good. Your feet are now in line with the rest of your spine, so not too far out. We're going to make sure they're back and just in line here. Let's keep our hips forward. Remember that torch that I talked about. Keep it on and on the wall as your feet stay together and you open up at the knee. Good, and then slowly close. Keep going like that without that rotation backwards. Hold open for a moment before slowly closing. We've got 6 more here. Good, 5 more. Make sure you're nice and slow and controlled on the way down. Only 2 more here. As you come down now, feet are in the air, knees are still down. Keep your feet where they are as you open up again and hold, and then slowly close. Opening up, still having that hip facing forward. There's no opening of the hip or rotation there. Trying to come up as open as you can. Really open this knee, keeping this forward. Let's go for 5 more. And 4. 3. Feet are still together. 2. Hold this next one open. You're going to keep that there. The knee stays in space where it is as you extend the leg to straight, and then just bend again, touching the feet again together. The whole time you see you've got that nice open clam position, and you're not letting this close at all. Even though you're still opening and closing, you're using the glute more effectively if you can keep that knee up and open whilst maintaining that hip position in that stability there. Think slow out, slow in. We're going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, hold this next one out. Can you now do little controlled pulses here? Good. Go for another 10, 9, 8. Bottom foot is still up. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come completely down. Come forward though with your legs. Remember that nice right angle position at your hips, right angle at your knees, and keeping that alignment with knee and foot, that top leg. You're going to open up, pause just above where hip position is, and then slowly come back down. Keep going like this. So we've got a slow movement up, just a little pause, and then a slow movement down with control. This is number 4 of 10. Number 5. My gosh, you're halfway. Keep breathing where you are. Only 3 more here. Everything else is relaxing your upper body. Can you now hold this next one just above where your hip position is? So that would be in line with my hip. I'm going just above. Keep that height, keep the parallel as you come into the top shoulder and then go back. If we're aiming to the top shoulder rather than the chest, we're not encouraging that low movement. So you're coming up nice and high and then just back to in line with the other knee. Slowly out and in. We've just got 6 more. Good. Go for 5 more. After these 5, we just have those circles and you're all done. Go for 3. As it gets tired, don't let this knee go down. 2, keep it up just above the hip. 1 more in. 1 more out. There's a pencil on your knee and you're going to draw circles here. These circles are just above the hip, so don't let them be too low. This is number 3 already. 4, you're doing so well. 5, 6, 7. Think really smooth circles. Do 1 more big one here and then reverse the circle the other way. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't let this drift down and be little down here. You're going to go nice and high but keeping the stability. Let's go for only 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold this next one up. We're just holding here above the hip. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Go a little higher. 2, 1. And then come back down. You did so well. We're now going to go onto your back just for a small stretch here of your glutes. So I'm on my back now. I've got 1 ankle over my knee. Good. Try to push that out. You can stay here if you like, or if you want a little extra with this stretch, I'm going to pull my knees in towards me. We're just going to be here for 10 seconds. Breathe into this stretch. Just go for 3 more seconds here, really pulling in. 2, 1, and then let's swap to the other side. So other ankle over the other knee. And then I'm either staying here where I am, or if you want a little extra, you're going to pull in towards your chest with those knees. Big breaths here. We'll hold for 5 more seconds. 1 more in breath. 1 more exhale. And then you can uncross those legs. You can come up and give yourself a clap because you did so well in your mini glutes class today. Thank you so much for joining me for the glutes class today. Thank you to Luna and Sol for their continued work in the sustainable and ethical clothing industry and for making amazing clothes like this vinyasa jumpsuit. Look at it. How cool is that back? Guys, whatever the next few months brings, remember to breathe, take each day as it comes, and remember that this is only for a time. There will be a post-COVID time in the not too distant future, and I can't wait for that. Bye guys, stay safe.